Project Noir, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're here with a shortened class today. One man has gone out with injuries. So
He's sleeping. He's sleeping. Bro, injuries, what?
One man, he's having technical difficulties, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So people's not here today, but today we've got Prince, we've got Andrick, we've got Kamal, we've got Aaron, and we want to speak about what did I even say? I nearly said the wrong thing. We're going to speak about interracial relationships. Because you know what I nearly said? I nearly said institutional racism, fam.
Get me started. Don't get me started.
That's what I'm saying.
Round me up.
I'm tired, guys. I'm tired. I work 10 hours a day. But yeah. Yeah, so, okay, first of all, yeah. What do you guys think about interracial relationship? Let's just start out there.
Well, I'm in one, so I guess I've got to kind of bring the other perspective.
This guy said, "Oh, I know the convo's gonna come to me."
Yeah, so let me just get out of the way.
He went out and he grabbed it. What do you say, actually? So what do you think?
To be honest, like anyone that watched the live, I kind of gave a brief little view on it there. But my thing was, I think they're it's sticky because you'll get the guys that date outside of their race and kind of perpetuate their like self-hate and like hate of black women or whatever onto black women. So they'll like date outside their race and put black women down. And then you've got guys like I would say myself who I just, I don't mind dating outside my race. I still love black women. I still try to uplift my people. And I just feel like sometimes people just like to group us all together. And I think it's kind of, I guess, like dangerous because I know myself, like, I'm not a coon. I love being black. But at the same time, I don't mind dating outside my race. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but I just think it's important because you've got to take responsibility for who you're dating if you are dating outside your race. Because you can easily date outside your race, say you still love being black people, but then your partner is someone that's doing things that are bringing your people down, or they're not really, like with the Black Lives Matter thing, they were completely silent, but they're dating a black person. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, true say though. Do you think? Okay, but when it comes to your girl though, do you think that she's like kind of like black aware? She's aware when it comes to black issues and stuff. Yeah,
definitely. Like,
so do you think that that's a factor though into whether or not you can date the person?
I think the bare minimum should be that they're not doing anything such as like, just off the top of my head, like they don't fetishize. So they're not doing anything that kind of negatively affects black people. That's the bare minimum. For me, like my girl is extremely aware. She does things to help. So yeah, but I just think the bare minimum should be that they, and then obviously they should be doing things like anyone, even if they're not they don't like date black people, they should be trying to raise awareness or speak out against it anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Okay, to all my Dr. Umar fans in here, what are you guys saying? What are you guys thinking? Yeah.
I'm ready.
What are you guys thinking?
In my opinion, yeah. You see how in the beginning you said there's two types. Like there's people like you who still uplift the community, still love black women, and you can still date outside your race. Yeah, those are the type of people that there's not really like. That's perfectly fine. So I'm saying there's no real problem there. But the majority of people are the ones who they hate black women and they're projecting their own self-hate. Wait, what did you just say, Prince?
That's Coon.
I said Coon.
Oh, Coon.
Nah. What are you trying to say now? What are you trying to say? Fucking hell.
Yeah, but
you hear what you want to hear.
The majority of them are like they're sort of been taught to like to hate themselves and hate black people, hate black women especially as well. So it's kind of like type of people that say, "Oh, black women are ugly, they're ratchet, they're loud."
The weave thing, yeah, all of that
type of stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's just kind of like they've been whitewashed, like they've been taught that light is better than dark. Same people who prefer who will value light skinned women and mixed race women over darker skinned women as well. Similar concepts there as well. So it's, personally, I don't think I could ever see myself with the white woman, and the reason for that is it's not because they're white, but it's because I love black women so much.
Nah,
That's
I
the
hear
reason
that.
why. I don't
Do you know
like
what it
to
is?
see
Yeah, I guess like for me, this is I don't know because everyone says you're a product of your environment. I don't like. I think it's a bit of both in life, but I guess for me, if we're just looking, I'm not saying this is the reason, but when I was growing up, like my primary school and my secondary school, like my secondary school, for example, only had like 4 or 5 black girls in it. Do you know what I mean? And it was normal. It was normal for like the black guys to date like the Asian or white girl. Like it was normal. And then when I came to sixth form now, there was a lot more black girls, and it was kind of more of a thing if one of the black guys spoke to like one of the, so I guess you could say environment has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I'd agree with that, man. I can't lie, because even I used to, I say I liked white girls until about year 8, year 9, and there was a thing where I also grew up with a lot of white girls, like throughout primary school, like even in my primary school, I can name off the top of my head probably a good 6 in my year group.
Same for me. There was not a lot.
And even in my class, I think there was just 1 or 2. So so I can see how nature will definitely take you. I can definitely see that.
Yeah,
but one thing I do want to clear up though, when Aaron says certain black men hate black women, it doesn't even have to be like a verbal thing. It doesn't even have to be a thing where they're openly hating black women. If you're just not attracted to them at all, it classes as the type of hate that we're talking about.
100.
You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes people try to hide behind like the preference thing, but I don't know if I feed into that because bro, your mum's black. You're like so you're telling me you don't think all these. I don't know. I don't feed into the when a black man says they don't like black women. I don't know
because for me because you know what it is for me. For me, it's a thing where I don't think I know a single. I don't know if I can name offhand a single white man that doesn't find white women attractive. Like just doesn't find them attractive at all. So for me, it's a thing where you're saying preference this and preference that. Preference isn't actually a thing. Preference is just things that you like. For example, if I like pizza instead of pasta, if I prefer pizza to pasta, that's because the pizza I've been having has been really nice and the taste of it has been attractive to me. But then the pasta that I've been having might not have been the same. That doesn't mean that all pizza is better than pasta. It just means the types that I've been having are not as good as the other ones. You see what I'm saying? So if you bring that to the same scenario now, then it's a thing where it's not really your preference. It's it's your experiences you had, number one, and also what you've been taught to like and not like. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's true.
I hear that.
You know, whether you've been around pasta all your life, if it becomes a time where you never try pizza or this, that, the other, you do hate pizza. I can't lie.
You hate pizza.
You
You're not
do
trying to
hate
try
pizza.
it. You hate pizza.
And it's also a thing where, because when it comes to a food that you're not gonna try, because there's obviously certain foods that people haven't tried in this chat. It is a thing where you haven't tried it because of the things you've heard. You know what I'm saying? Because you've probably seen something on Instagram about pizza or this, that about pizza, and someone's told you something about pizza, a bad experience they had with pizza. That's what's putting you off pizza.
It's true, on that, like we don't mind swearing on this and that, do we? Or just saying certain words. Do you care?
Speak, King.
Because I had a white friend in it, and he was talking about this black girl he was talking to, and he said, and I know he didn't even realize how dangerous what he said was. He said to me, "Yeah, I like her. She's good looking, but I don't know because it's that the thing about the pussy going straight from black to pink. I've heard all them things about it. I was just thinking, but because that was like a dumb, like I remember in high school that used to be going around just that dumb. I don't even know what you call it, like rumor or whatever. Like, just it's just different, innit? I don't know how you'd expect like obviously the same way you wouldn't expect a black girl's nose to be the same as like a white or Asian girl's nose
Yeah.
or something. It's just different, but it's the fact that with black women, it's been kind of demonized. Do you know what I'm saying? So what you were saying about if you haven't tried pizza and then you've heard bad stuff about pizza, I think that's a lot to do with it because black women they're probably the most like put down and oppressed people.
Yeah.
One of the in society.
Because another thing I'd like to add here is it's not only that like it's your experiences and what you've heard from it. It's the fact that everywhere you go, it's constantly being pushed in your face that light is better than dark. For example, like light things has connotations of being pure and right. Like why'd you go to a wedding and you wear all white, but a funeral you wear all black? You see what I'm saying? Like it's always being pushed in your face.
Black
that
male.
Things that are lighter.
Black market.
Literally, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Black cats are the unlucky one.
Yeah.
Literally, bro. Like everything's always being put. Like there's sort of an agenda that's always being pushed that light is better than dark. So for people to say, for a black man to tell me, they don't like black women at all, they like white women only. It's a thing where it's like you've literally just become a victim of like what they're trying to do. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
But one thing I'd want to ask though is how much is saying that it's just my preference? How much is that a thing, fam? Because me personally,
I don't believe in it.
Nah,
I don't believe in it.
Me personally, there's certain cultures. I'm not gonna name anything in it because I'm just not gonna name anything. But there's certain cultures that I couldn't see myself with.
But that's different because I'm talking about. I think it's completely different when it's your culture. So you're saying you're not willing. Yeah, you're not willing to date within your race. That's the race you know well. Yeah. So you know when some things you hear in it and you know that's just rubbish. Whereas with other cultures, you'll hear like a little rumor. You're like, oh, is that true? I don't know.
But so what if it's just more about you enjoying another race? So, like let's say I like Latina culture, so I want to go marry a Portuguese thing. That doesn't have to be because I hate black people, doesn't it? Or it doesn't have to mean because I hate Ghanaians that I'm gonna go marry somewhere else.
That's on the thing that I was saying earlier. Like if you like that culture and you're dating in that culture, cool. But it's whether you're saying, okay, I like these women, and I don't like black women. Okay, so like say if I said like, okay, like my girl's got long dark hair in it, like straight hair. Oh, black women don't have that, so that's why I'm dating within this culture. That's when it's a problem.
Okay,
that in my opinion.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Anyone else got anything to say?
I wanna ask, like, you know what you were talking about earlier, Kamal, when you said like fetishizing and all that. It's one of them ones where it's like, because a lot of people, they don't realize, like, they think that there's a fine line between fetishizing and just liking it, but there really isn't. Like, enough man, like you always see it even on Twitter and all these places where they're talking about like white guys will come move like black girls, and that's talking about, oh, my Nubian this, oh, you look so nice, I love your skin and all that stuff. And it's like, bro, like, if you're chatting to a girl if you're a white guy chatting to a white girl and like you don't go up to her and say, oh, I love how pale your skin is and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? I love how straight your hair is. Oh my god! You have such nice lips, and I mean, like, it's just. I feel like that's when it's dangerous.
Wait, okay, you know, now we've shifted somewhere else. I'm gonna keep us there, fam. You know, black men dating white women and black women dating white men. Why is that seen so different? Because if you look over social media, black women loving white men is a thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's widely accepted.
That white men's hoarding.
It's widely accepted. In fact, I've seen it encouraged from time to time.
Do you know what I think it is? Yeah, a lot of the time the argument I see is black women saying, "Yeah, black men have treated me so bad, I can't take it anymore, so I'm gonna go there." And I think because, like I said, because black women are so like attacked from so many different angles, black women they often will like rally around each other. So if a black woman says, I'm doing this because I think it's better for me, then black women are likely to say, yeah, if it's better for you, then encourage it. That's what I think.
But so then why does it become self-hate when a black man says it's better?
That's true, you know. Remember, black guy dates a white girl, all of a sudden you hate your mum. And it's like...
That's double... You see what I mean? Do you know double standards there?
No. It's clearly double standard. Yeah, but you know what it is?
It
I had
is.
this conversation with someone here, innit? But we're not gonna say the name. But I had this conversation with someone here, yeah.
What do you mean?
We saw a black girl with a white man, yeah. And do you know what it is? You see how there's always like this sort of like, just everywhere you go in society, it's always like lighter skin is being valued more. So you're always being like pushed towards preferring white over black. Do you see what I'm saying? As in white skinned women over black women, yeah. So you see with that, yeah, it's sort of a thing where because black men are always being coons, like literally just being coons and like hating themselves and hating black women now, then they're going on to white women. Now all those black women have been mistreated so much, they've been hated by the black men. Black men are saying the thing you said about the pink and black and things about them being ugly, your hair's not real, whatever. Like just things like that, yeah. Because of all of that now, they've gone over to a different pool of men, which is the white men, and now they're there. And they're valuing them for who they are. They're respecting them. They're loving them. Everything that those black men weren't doing, the white men are now doing it. You see what I'm saying? So now if black men are not going to love them for who they are, and white men will, then they're going to go off with a white man. You see what I'm saying? Like they're not going to stay somewhere where they're not loved, where they're not being appreciated. They're not going to stay and like try and find a black man if every black man that they're going with is just calling them ugly, your hair is not real, etc., etc. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hear that. I guess with what Prince was saying is like, why is it like demonized with one and not the other? I guess because with black women, it's more seen as they feel like if they want to get treated right, sometimes they feel like they have to. Whereas black men is maybe seen more as like I could choose whatever, and I'm gonna choose like outside my race. But I think that's why maybe.
No, because the reason it's more demonized for black men is because when it's white men, when it's white men and black women, the black women going to white men, it's never really off the bat. It's always a response to how they've been treated.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not essentially them choose. Like if it was just them choosing and them hating black men for no reason, then obviously that's just double standards. But the thing is, it's more of a response to the way that they're being treated by black men.
Yeah, I hear that.
Oof. I don't know, man.
See,
look, obviously, I love black women, innit? Like, come on, man. I'm gonna put it out there now before I play devil's advocate. It's a thing where, okay, so obviously, okay, let's say right now, black women are moving to white men and that stuff, this, that, the other, because as a response, is that now not gonna lead to us black men going to white women as a response to their response? You know what I'm saying?
I think because like black men, like more than black women have been doing it, it's gonna be more of a thing of, you've been onto us for doing it, for like whatever, and now you guys are doing it. So like, what's the difference? I don't know whether we would see like more black men doing it, because like I said, I think the black men that were doing it have been doing it regardless anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Also, as you say, black women are using it as it's not really off the bat. It's more of a response thing. I can't lie. I've seen quite a few situations where it is off the bat. You know what I'm saying? It's not really much a response. Like there are people, let's say even our age, like my age, that they've decided now it's a white man thing. You know what I'm saying?
And do you know what?
Like they've had relationships with black men in the past, but that was like kiddie high school relationships. You know what I'm saying? That's not anything serious. If you're gonna judge black men by by how a 14-year-old treated you, then come on. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? Yeah, I've seen that as well, Prince. Yeah, and there's been a few times where I've seen black girls doing it and saying stuff like, yeah, why would I want to deal with black men? They all just dress like this, or they all just do this. And I'm thinking, if this was reversed, I know obviously
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Being a black man, being a black woman is like, it's the same way if I'm black, I say something about white people, and if a white person says something about black people, it's different, but still, like I'm thinking to myself, if the roles were reversed, I'd get crucified. I'd be labeled a coon, but people would, do you know what I mean? And some black men, they can just say it and boom, none.
It's the way that black women encourage other black women to go for them as well, to go for white men. It's a thing. If you saw a black man encouraging another black man, go for white woman. They're better and they're less stressed. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that's what I mean.
No. Oh,
Crucifixion.
Twitter would kill them.
That's what I'm
You know what I'm
saying.
saying? You know what I'm saying? Because the same way that you can say that a black woman goes to a white man because black men do this, or I've had a bad experience with black man. Is that not also an excuse for a black man to go to a black woman because he's had certain experiences with black women giving him stress or this or that? You know what I'm saying? Does that justify it now?
It's definitely double standards, isn't it? Like 100% double standards. But what it is, is that the reason that he's saying that I've had all of these bad experiences with black women, go to a white woman instead, innit? Yeah. Part of the reason that he's saying that is because of what he's been through, number one, but also you see what I said about them always pushing onto us that white is better than black. So it's sort of a thing where it's not only because of his experience, it's also because of the white women being better than black women.
That's true. That's true.
Because firstly, on the grounds of race, when it comes to like oppression, like throughout history, on the grounds of race, it's always white over black and black always being oppressed. But then when it comes to like on the grounds of gender, it's always men over female. Do you see what I'm saying? So so black women are all the way at the bottom, even though women are still at the bottom. White women are above black women. Do you see what I'm saying? When it comes to oppression.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I hear that.
I guess you know what it is for me. Yeah, like as much as I try to be self-aware, and I know I'm a black man, I'm in a white man's country, really and truly. I try to remember like the idea of me being black and someone else being white, and because of that, they have more privileges than me. That was constructed by a group of people through pseudoscience. So, like, I'm aware of it, but I know that, say, if there was, like, go back hundreds of years, there was black people, white people, and they didn't construct this thing, it wouldn't be so demonized with me, you know, dating outside my race. That's how I see it. But at the same 100%. Time, I do know, and this is what I try to live by, like, in my whole life with everything. If everyone was to think like me and say, cool, it's not a big deal, and then all black men started just was going out with someone that wasn't black, and then, you know, we weren't having black kids and it wasn't pushing forward the black family, that would be an issue. Yeah. So I kind of see both sides of it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear that though. But on that topic here, on that topic here, what do you man think of you know, when it comes to interracial relationships anyway, what do you man think about being pro-black and dating outside of your race? Like, what do you man think?
That's another one we spoke about in the live, innit? Because again, I see myself as pro-black, but I know that because I'm dating outside my race, really and truly, it's not for me to just say, yeah, I can do that and I'm still pro-black. Because obviously being pro-black means you're promoting everything black, and that includes the black family, which you know, white supremacy is trying to destroy and get rid of, and they've been doing that since slavery. Yeah. So you know,
the black family has been their target. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like in every plan that they've had. Yeah, in every plan that they've had. They've gone through the black.
They literally say that they use strategies to say remove the black men. And the thing you see, obviously, there's like a stereotype that black fathers aren't about. That is trickled down from slavery, because they try and remove the black father figure.
Yeah.
So the kids have
the
no
money
one
maker, breadwinner, everything.
Yeah. So
do you think you could be pro-black and have a non-black family? You know what I'm saying? Because you're not really advertising the black family. Or you're not really building the standard of having a black family.
When it comes to me, I don't think you can, innit? But that's just what I think. I don't think you can, because, as you said before, the part of being pro-black is building the black family, and they're trying to tear it down. Like, that's their actual target, they're trying to tear down the black family. I don't think I could knowingly, like, it sounds extreme when I said it on the live. It sounds extreme, but I see it as sort of feeding into white supremacy. If that makes sense. Because it's like,
well, it kind of is, because that's what they want.
Because they want like mixed race children and black men not being there, black mothers having to look after their kids alone while going out and working at the same time. Like, it just destroys the whole black family. So if they're targeting black, if they've always been targeting black men with the whole war on drugs, all that other type of stuff, they're always targeting black men here and there, just targeting black men, trying to get rid of black men, then people see that, especially when they're growing up as well, and that's the type of stuff that can make, as you said before, you said some women off the rip just straight away go to white men. They can see stuff like that. They can see white men in suits going off to work at 7 a.m. and then they can see black men in jail.
Like whenever you look at the model, like the nuclear family and that, innit?
Yeah.
It's always got, it's like fully complete and it's always white anyway. So
yeah.
I mean, all I can say about myself is that I know I'm for my people, always will be. Whether I'm allowed to use the title of pro-black or not, I'm still gonna be for, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure, like, say, Aaron, if you met me, and the first thing these lot told you about me was, his girlfriend's not black. Like, whether you meant it or not, in the back of your head, you would have been thinking, oh, this guy is probably some type of, you know what I mean?
This guy's got big coon energy.
As you got to know me, you know, like, that's nowhere near the truth. But that, I still think it's dangerous because one of the things that it affects me, even though I date outside my race, is you'll see a black man and he's speaking facts. He's for the people. You're like, I want to be like that. And then you'll see, like, and with black women as well, you'll see their partner's white or they're not black, and you're like, oh, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
And I get that as well, even though I hear that as well.
I've seen that.
But true say, just to put out my opinion of it, is a thing where, you at the end of the day, you don't help who you fall in love with, fam. I can't lie, man. When love gets you, it gets you, fam. Whether that's white, black, or Asian, you can't really control that. That's above you. I don't feel like that takes away from your legacy as a black person, or takes away from your effect, or takes away from how strongly pro-black you are, fam. You know what I'm saying? You can't decide certain things, man. Love is the most powerful thing out here, fam. I can't lie.
But my thing is, like, even if that's your partner, and like, even if you date outside your race and you still want to be pro-black, if you're still doing stuff like with your own self, like you're individually doing stuff that you need to be doing, then you can still kind of be pro-black, but it's just the thing with the title, innit? Like, people wouldn't accept the title, but you're still technically doing everything. You're probably doing more than some people who are not dating outside their race. You see what I'm saying?
It's true, fam. It's true. I got friends that they would only date black women, but at the same time they'll still bring black women down. They like, during the Black Lives Matter thing, they weren't really doing much. I hear that stuff. I guess, like, not everything's black and white in it in life. You can't just say because someone does this, they're this, or they're not.
Yeah, true shit.
There's many factors, many layers.
Yeah, true shit.
I think we're low key done, mate. Can't lie.
That's it.
That was nice. That was nice and tight.
Yeah, can't lie.
I'm trying to go watch Leicester, Man United take away their championship.
Now you're saying that. Let me get up the game.
G, that's what I'm saying. G, I saw the clock hit 4 o'clock a while ago.
The game just started, fam.
I've been silently trying to get this thing loaded on my PS4, fam.
Hey,
my Mac is already on, fam. My Mac is already on.
I was thinking of watching on PS, you know. I can't lie.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's open a party, you know. Let's open a party.
True say, everyone, thanks for listening, man.
Yeah,
I hope you took something from it. I hope if you haven't dated outside your race, or whether you have or whatever, I hope you still, like, learn something or learn someone else's opinion. Like, if you haven't really been out there, like, because me personally, I haven't dated a white woman, so it's interesting to hear how other men think of it. Yeah. Like whether they'd recommend it. This that.
I like the pasta.
I don't know about pasta, man.
Oh my days, man. Yeah, true. So I'm a pizza man for life, man. I'm gonna go get Domino's now.
I'm at the bar, man. I'm at the bar.
This man's talking about Domino's. I'm talking about Pizza Hut, fam.
Oh, stop that, fam. Stop that, fam. Nah, stop that, fam. You prefer Pizza Hut to Domino's?
Pizza Hut, yes, bro.
Pizza Hut is dry, fam.
You might have to leave it.
I hope we're still talking about pizza and not women.
We're talking about pizza.
We're talking about pizza.
Wait, we weren't talking about pizza before.
Oh my days. Nah, pizza, stop that shit, man. This man are cool.
My people.
If you put a pizza, just go eat pasta from me. That deep.
I saw they serve it.
We don't want you.
I mean,
I
like
can't remember,
pizza,
man. I'm going to
but-
get this game up, yeah.
Yeah, see, I love my pizza. Love. What PS4 partner?
Run it.
Let me turn it on now.
Alright, guys.